Why the crypto market cap is selling off. And no, it's not $500 million, not even $500 million of Mt Gox trustees that are causing it to fall off. It is simply a matter for the charts. Bitcoin Cash versus the dollar, inverted HVF, breakdown, more downside to come, targeting 802. Number 4 in the market cap as we stand today, Bitcoin Cash, already 13% down against dollar. That is point number 1. Then we talk Ripple, number 3 in the coin market cap, inverted HVF, downside, major sell-off from 0.79 here all the way down to 0.66. That's right, 79 cents to 66. Might not sound a lot. That is the better part of 13 cents on a 66-cent amount. Percentage, quite considerable for a single day. 15% down. 15% down. That's Ripple. What else have we got for you? Let's show you the Monero. We were interested in this one. It went south after the fork was called off. Inverted HVF. Very good structure and form. Down, down, set up against the dollar. Slow start. Spill. Still has to trade, in my opinion, probably sub the $200, but getting there. Also, on the coin market cap, how much did it lose today? Monero, number 12, over 15.5% today. Yes, that's right. So that was Monero. What else have we got for you? We've got Ripple that we've already shown you against the dollar. Let's show you things against the dollar. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum, up top here, we said in and around the 700 levels. It was a fail. It should sell off. There's a cluster of key levels of significance from a variety of previous HVFs, all in and around this level. I'd be surprised if we didn't at least test this 569 level. By the way, it'll get all the guys calling for new lows against what was a low in the big sell-off over here. Let me get him onto the screen. Get him on. There we go, over here. So distinct probability with the usual support and resistance trade has been handed a loss that we will run the 565 as part of that downside of meeting these key levels of significance. There's a possibility. I'm not saying it will. We have a downside target still further for Ethereum, way down there in that funnel area, which is the better part of 400s, which is why I'm afraid if Ethereum is dumping like that, that the rest of the crypto realm will not be safe. The rest of the crypto realm will not be safe. So we have a 437 already covered in a previous video, but now we're just talking about today's sell-off. There will be some element of relief rally which will get everyone back believing in the bull train again, but I suspect there's a chance we will first have to run that low. It's possible we could rally from here, but I just think these key levels to be run. So that's what Ethereum has been doing in the recent moment, and that was its little inverted. Also against the dollar, selling off, and selling off. That is number 2 in the market cap. How's it done for the day? Minus 13% on that inverted HVF. Yep, you needed to be seeing these. You needed to be out of the crypto market cap. You needed to be in the safety of defense. Did you spot these inverteds? If you think Ethereum is not enough, why don't we show you the big boy, as we've called him, Bitcoin itself. Let's have a look at that. Here she goes. Bitcoin sold off. The start actually was even tighter. You could have got out there. The 9,000s down break, very weak rally in an attempt to regain that level. Spill through the interim, temporary pause down, and people think it's over. I do not believe on balance of probabilities it's over. My assessment is further downside to the $7,500 for the Bitcoin as well, to the downside. So that is very similar to the Bitcoin Cash, still to go to the downside. That is Bitcoin still to go further to the downside. I would argue that if you run from 8,000 to 7.5, you will be losing another $600, which on top of the 8,000 is going to look like another 5, 6, 7, and 8%. You got Bitcoin Cash for a degree more, and I suspect the others may potentially overperform. Bit of a hammer there. It'll get everyone believing the worst is over. I somehow feel that it won't turn out that way, and that this downside could well be met. Let's hope not, but it's not looking that way. So with the coin market cap all taking baths between 13, 14, 15 and 15.5% across the range of the big four. We've looked at all of the big four, and we've included Monero a little further down, just outside the top 10. What do you think will happen? What do you think happens when Ethereum takes a bath? Well, try Neo. I didn't even bother to look at Neo to see if there was structure in Neo, but there quite potentially may be. Neo US dollar, we'll take it on the big Bitfinex. I'll take a look at this live with you. Haven't seen this chart in a number of days. It's not been on my radar particularly. Oh dear, there we go. Perfect structure. Perfect inverted structure. Again, Neo. All the cryptos. Perfect inverted HVF structure. Look at this. Here she is, telling you how far she's going to fall. Now, these small ones can overperform. What's going to happen now that some of them have met their targets? Does it mean bull season again? Unfortunately, no, it doesn't. What it does mean is it may be the end of the selling for a period. But in actual fact, making a downside target on a negative setup long run is trend confirming. Hear what I'm saying to you, trend confirming. In other words, the sell-off move is confirmed, especially if it does so in a high performance way with a very strong sell-off, as we've seen. So what have we seen here on Neo? As I draw it for you, literally live hand, didn't bother to look at it because it's not one of the majors and I wasn't a holder of it in any way. It's been compliant to the overall crypto market sell-off. Some people were calling for Neo. Do have a look at Neo. I know we all have lots of expectations for all these coins. Right now, this is a steep and brutal period, and these were all across the board. So this was not specific to the individual coin that you were seeing continuation setup weakness. By the way, there was previous structure here. This is not the first time that we've been getting warnings that there were continuation patterns on the downside across these coins, plus grind lines. Look at that, all over the place. Grind lines. You'll learn what those are if you attend a course with us. We'll tell you all about it. But anyway, so let's have a look at this pattern. How far has it got to go? Has it made its target? Potentially it has. Let's take the line projection down. It is just short of its target. It means there's probably further downside before you get a bit of churn. But a churn just means neither strongly up nor down and the chart rests for a while. That doesn't mean it can't rally quite strongly. It can, but what it might do is do as it's done before, set up new structure for further downside. So a rally, you might get a low one here once you've run the target, a rally, and you set up new structure and you spill over. No great joy coming back. The only time that you might start to call reversals, if you get a really strong move up to roughly the key round number here, which would be 94, and you pull back only slightly and you make a weak right shoulder dip after a nice strong rejection of that target, and then you might start making an argument for a reversal. We do not favor reversal trading. We bias to the continuation of the existing trend. So that would have to be quite justified by quite some momentum to the upside for us to get in any way excited that the carnage and the sell-off is over. I might have drawn this incorrectly. It's possible that we could have taken an earlier move over here, so forgive me. I've done this freehand very much on the fly, so it's possible that this one has in fact made its target already, and that I'm a bit late on my draw there with the funnel. We had a bit of a break and a feign back in before spilling, in which case this one's probably made target. But that, as I've stressed already before, that doesn't necessarily mean it all goes your own way. Overperformance is possible, bit of pushback, bit of churn, maybe a bit of weak grinding up. Don't be fooled to buy the change. I know what you want, but don't become a believer in what you want. Let the chart guide you. This is bearish structure across the marketplace. NEO was also a sell-off with very good structure. In other words, this is crypto wide. And Mt Gox, guys, Mt Gox is $400 million. It's half of a billion, half of 1 billion. Let's get that straight. In other words, you don't shed 50 billion in market cap from just sub 400 to low 300s because of $500 million being out there. You don't do it. There is a real reason for the selling, and it is not in the executors. Everybody buys the narrative. The narrative. The demon is far smaller than that effect that we've had on the crypto market cap. This was just sub 400. It's at 325 billion. That is 75 billion. 75 billion is not caused in loss by 0.5 billion in outstanding BTC, even if it was all flash sold in a not-for-profit manner. I'm sorry, do not be seizing the false narrative. This is far more technical of nature, and there is a real selling out there. That's my take. Sorry it's not positive, but defense will leave you with a better setup and better ammo to face the rebound when it's time, not before. Maybe time for hibernation. Okay, with that, go to themarketsniper.com, get started button, fill in a short questionnaire, click button questionnaire. It's not for everyone. Crypto trading, now is a time when you realize that more than any others. Okay, speak to you later. Enjoy.